So many amazing things have happened in my hardcore world, and this video has my top 10 favorite moments. Let me know in the comments what your favorite moments are, and subscribe if you do, because this channel has loads and loads of extra content that you won't see on my main channel. And coming in at number 10 is when I got infinite hearts in my world. This involved eating notch apples and golden apples and gave me loads and loads of hearts. So all you have to do, and I better get this right, is if you eat a notch apple, okay, and then straight away eat a golden apple, nothing happens. It didn't work. Just kidding, just kidding. It gives you absorption 4, as you can see on the right. And watch what happens when that absorption runs out. It's got just 2 seconds left, but now watch my heart to the bottom. It runs out. And I don't lose all my absorption. I still have 6 hearts. Now, what happens if I eat another notch apple, followed by a golden apple? Oh my goodness. Look how many I've got now. Then I just wait another 2 minutes for that to run out. I now have 12 hearts. It's OP. As you can see, and then I just go like this, and do that, and yeah, you can guess what's going to happen next. And look at this, it runs out, and then it does another 2 seconds of it, and then that stops. And because it's like you get double absorption because you have 2 golden apples, I've now got 28 hearts in total. These don't run out, by the way. These just act as normal hearts. I don't really want to take damage because I don't want to use them up, but I've got to prove it to you. If I go like this, okay, well, I didn't take damage. My armor's too good. Oh, well, the snow's coming as well. But if I go like this. Look at that. I lost half heart, but it's still there. I mean, they don't regen, but they just stay there. It's going to really annoy me that I'm just going to have half a heart now, isn't it? Can I lose the other half, please? Thank you. There we go. And I can just keep going. I'll just do it again. Now I've got over 30 hearts. It just basically takes me 2 minutes to get an extra 6 hearts every time. But it's an insane trick. I mean, I'm going to be undefeatable by the time. If I have every single one of these notch apples, I'll have 600 hearts. Yeah. Try dying with 600 hearts. That's a ridiculous amount. For now, I'll just focus on getting to 100. And once I eat this, followed by another one, I have over 100 hearts in total. It's just difficult to see because the more you have, they like stack together. They don't spread out as much. I have gone a little bit over time, but I don't know. I want way more hearts. I'm just going to keep waiting every 2 minutes, so I can't really speed this up. So I'm just going to continue to get a load more. And whilst I haven't used up all my notch apples yet, I think I've got more than enough hearts. I'm not going to keep going because, you know, it's time. The video's, it's gone on long enough, basically. But I think it's safe to say with this many hearts, I'm pretty much immortal in hardcore. Number 9 is when I built a base in the void. This was a very dangerous thing to do in hardcore. It involved using a lot of shulkers and a lot of boats. It was a very, very cool project. As you can see, I'm just sending the shulkers through and they are going down there and stacking up. Just fell off there. That was a slight mistake, but that's why we've got totems. 15 are stacked, ready to go. Let's break this block so they all fall down into that tube. And I can gracefully float down and do something like this. So I only get 1 shulker to come through. He's going to land in the perfect position. Repeat it 2 more times. And then when I flick this lever, they should all go down and the TNT with them. And they've all fallen into place. And then I can do this to heal them up. And now I keep repeating the process over and over until I finish this strip. And that is 3 more shulkers in place. And that is 3 more on the way down. Somewhere along the line a shulker died or I lost one or something, because that is my last shulker. He is going into place, but we need another one there. Thankfully, I've still got a few shulkers over here ready and waiting. And there he goes down to the bottom. They're all in position. I'm going to heal them up just in case. These are the last ones. Let's send them down. And mission accomplished. First things first, let's get rid of all these extra blocks. Now I need a bunch of gates and trapdoors. I've actually crafted way more trapdoors than I needed. We're going to have gates all the way along like this, and then I'm going to break the blocks in between. And next to each gate, there's going to be a trapdoor like this, and this is just going to be used so I can line myself up correctly. And finally, I need boats. Lots and lots of boats. Here I have 30 of them. I'm going to open the gate, look at this very precise pixel, and then I'm going to place them. And I'm going to place a lot of them. You can actually do it pretty quick, and you can see I'm in a pretty precise place as well, using the trapdoor and the block behind me to align. As you can see, they're all stacked up down there. I will break the blocks at the end to drop on the shulkers, but I want to make sure everything's fine before I do that. And once I've done one batch, I just do another lot and use the exact same trick to be in the line positions. This is why it's so important to use the alignment, because you have to be so precise with the gaps. If the gaps aren't the right size, it'll all go wrong. And that is 30 down, so that is 5 times 150 altogether. And if I very gracefully fly down, as you can see, we can walk on here. And if you look at the hitboxes, you can see that kind of the gap is kind of almost the length of the player. So it is technically possible to fall down the middle if you like you know, not very careful, but as long as you're walking fast, you'll never fall down. Also realize I have no firework rockets. Thank goodness there's an ender chest at the bottom of here. That's going to be a lifesaver. So then we use the dirt to make another strip with gates in between. These have now got to go. Be replaced with more dirt and more trapdoors. And I just have to keep doing this over and over again. Another layer is done, and as you can see, they just all fit so perfectly together. I can walk along this absolutely no problem. Once again, rinse and repeat the setup and place down more boats. And that's another row falling into place. And I've decided that I'm going to make this layer the last one because otherwise it's just going to be way too laggy for my game. Already, like if I look down there, the FPS is a little bit choppy, and I don't want to completely ruin my game by making another 3 across. So this is what we're going to be placing on all the shulkers so that they won't be able to detect me because I'll be far away enough from them. But of course, in a proper base, you need storage, so that's something else we're going to have to sort. Let's make a couple of chests and a couple of minecarts, and then put the minecarts in the chest. Well, put the chest in the minecart, should I say. Stick a rail here, put that there, and then if I break the block underneath, that's going to drop down and sit nicely on the edge of the boat. Do the exact same thing here. I don't know exactly what I'm going to store down there, but I'm sure I'll think of something. And now for the moment of truth. So to test this out, we must mine the blocks below and the boats will just naturally fall. I think, yep, there goes the first lot. They're falling very fast. The shulkers have caught them. I have to just keep mining. And 2 layers are now down. And there we have it. Everything is down there. All that's left for me to do is go and join it. And the minecart's going to land. They have. Okay, let's now gracefully float down and land right here. And yes, this, ladies and gentlemen, is my base in the void. Number 8 is my Chaple Farm. This is one of the more recent builds in my world and involves overloading the game's memory so that it has to delete and regenerate the chunk, allowing me to use books to get infinite Chapels. This entire farm is going to use a method known as chunk regenning. It's a bit like chunk save stating that I used for my Bedrock farm, but it's a bit more complicated and a lot more broken. And this is why I needed so much leather, so much ink, and so many feathers, because we need to completely overload Minecraft's memory. And if I want to make a farm of it, I'm going to have to overload it loads and loads of times. So, let's go and start making the first book. And this book is then going to get turned into a book and quill. And in this, I'm going to paste loads of complex characters that will take up a lot of memory. Each page is going to be different and completely random. And by the time I'm done, this is a book that will take up a lot more memory than the average book. And that is all 100 pages done. I'll call it book 1 and sign it. And then I'm going to use these book and quills to duplicate it over and over again. But if I now put a load of high data shulker boxes into a chest in the chunk, then it will require a lot more memory to process it. And you can see the memory that's used in the top right corner. And if I go into the launcher and make it so Minecraft can only use 1,000 megabytes, when the game loads in the chunk with the shulker boxes, it runs out of memory and you get this out of memory error. And then if you unload the chunk by going through a nether portal, that's the easiest way to do it. Minecraft sees it as an unreadable chunk and regenerates it back to how it would be in a brand new Minecraft world. And if you do this in a structure, Minecraft will regenerate the loot. So let's put it into practice. So now I head through the portal. As you can see, there's no Chapels in there. There's just a bunch of loot. I'm going to put down a chest and then I'm going to close the game. Then I'll reload the game with just 1,000 megabytes of RAM. And I'm going to fill this chest up with all of these. And you can see in the top right, it's using about 90% of the memory. Once I go through this portal, the memory spiked up to 98%. The game is pretty much out of memory. It will have had the error. And so because that chunk's become unreadable, when I head back through, it should regenerate the chunk. It'll take a little bit to load. Now I know it's worked because it's taken quite a bit to load the chunk. And here we go. It's loaded in and it's worked. You can see it's actually changed the look of it as well a little bit because it's regenerated it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of this shrieker. I hope there's no others lurking around because we don't want any ones, as I've said. And then 2 Chapels. Yes, we can put those into the ender chest. We can put another double chest down and go and get more shulker boxes because the shulker boxes have been deleted. And that is why we needed so many books. I've also increased Minecraft's memory back up before going over here. I can shove that in there, get it to run 35 times, and just rinse and repeat. We can keep doing this over and over again. And from doing it over and over again, I've ended up with a grand total of 76 Chapels. Not a bad little haul. Coming in at number 7, we have me fighting the Warden. This is when the Warden was first added to Minecraft, and it was a very dangerous proposition to do in hardcore. I decided that I had to battle it in hand-to-hand combat. I used a lot of Chapels and a lot of totems. Yeah, he's coming up out of the ground. Okay, here we go. I'm going to drink my swiftness. I've drunk the strength, and I am ready to go. You might be bigger than me, you might be stronger than me, and you might have a lot more health, but you are blind and stupid, and that is how I'm going to defeat you. Okay, so far so well. Doing some good strafes. That's it. Oh my god, look at this. You just can't get him. Okay, hold on. That's the attack we have got to worry about. That does a lot of damage, but... Okay, hold on. Oh, things are getting a little bit messy there. Okay, we're good, we're good. Just pop another notch apple. I'm just going to have a lot of notch apples, okay? Have another one. Okay, yeah, you get a bit of thorns in there. You don't like that, do you? Okay. He does not miss that attack. That's the worrying thing. Maybe if I had got pearls, I could have avoided it, but... Oh my goodness, he's got me low. Oh, okay, I've got to be careful. Just keep going. Keep going. Okay, I've got to move now. I've got to move. I'm just got to get a little bit further away from him. Get a bit of distance. Oh my goodness, a bit more this time. Okay, let's just do that. There we go. You can't get across to me now. Oh, he can. Okay, it's through. We're going to just pop another notch apple. Okay, just straight away use it to help. Oh no, don't get close to him though. Gotta just keep out of his range. Oh my goodness, I'm going to pop the top if I'm not careful. There we go. Oh, well, we've got this. Maybe not. If he hits me though, we're good. We're good. We got him. We defeated him. Oh, is that all you got? SB737 versus the Warden, and it was absolutely no contest. There's me getting scared. I've got all these items. Number 6 is me getting the ultimate armor. This involved downgrading my world to 1.14 and allowing me to get every single protection enchantment on all of my armor pieces, which should technically be impossible. So basically, we're going to be rolling back to version 1.14 because that is the version where you could put things like projectile protection, fire protection, blast protection, all on the same piece. It was present in the game from 1.14 to 1.14.2, so for like 3 updates, until eventually they patched it out. But of course, because we're going to 1.14, things like Netherite did not exist. So just to be on the safe side, everything, absolutely everything, is going into this chest because I won't need any of it. I am just going to sleep though before I do this. There we go. Rise and shine. It's day 2074 and we're about to get armor that's so good it shouldn't even be possible. I've got the message, do I really want to load this world? It could cause corruption. You know what? No risk, no reward, eh? Actually, I'm Alt F4 in it, guys. I've just realised something. Quick, close it. I think I managed to close it before it opened. Need to remember to set the render distance down to 2. And here we are. As you can see, I've got my inventory, I've got my XP, but the chunks are completely different. And as long as I don't load the chunk that has the portal in it and then delete it, everything should be fine. I'm going to start by placing these along here. Then I'm going to craft 2 of every single armor piece. And then see what good stuff I can get. I'm hoping to get 2 illegal things. In fact, there we go. We got it. We got protection 4 and projectile protection 4. They should be impossible to get on the same thing, but in this version, it's possible. And now I've got exactly what I want on all of these. So time to get the anvil. This is where you have to do things in a pretty specific order to get the most efficient amount. So you see, only going to cost 4. We want the lowest cost possible. Let's start by doing this. And we're just going to kind of, keep doing the cheapest one. I'm going to leave thorns till the end. So I'm going to go like that. That's going to cost 20. And then with thorns on, 27. Perfect. I can put that on. That's fully maxed out, like more than you would believe. Next I'm going to do the helmet, which is the other difficult one. And the anvil just broke on me. Well, that's why we brought 60 blocks of iron. Okay, it's gone dark. I need to sleep. The last thing I need is for a creeper to spawn or something. Yeah, you see, look, there's one right there. Just going to blow all of the creepers up. Because if creepers are standing below you, they'll do little damage. Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to take all these shulker boxes underground. This would definitely not be the way that I would like to go in this world. Another anvil, let's get to work. I'm also going to actually name my armor. So that is the ultimate helmet. It is now fully maxed out as well. The boots still need soul speed, which is why they're not quite ready yet. That is the ultimate chest plate done. And finally, the leggings. And now I'm going to do some armor that has no thorns on it. And these are just going to be called the backup boots, the backup helmet, and the backup chest plate and leggings. And that is it. I'm just going to do some combined of these books, and I think I can now safely load the world back up in 1.17. Right after I've slept, of course. So let's save and quit. Well, here we go, the moment of truth. Everything seems to have loaded fine. If we head on down here, look in the shulker box. Look at it. It is all maxed out. If I open my inventory, yes, I am wearing the fully maxed out armor. Number 5 is me going to the world border. As far as I'm aware, I was the first person to get there in hardcore Minecraft. It was January the 8th, 2022 when I got there, and I cannot find a video that was uploaded before that on YouTube. No more drills. This is it. I'll eat a final pork chop. I think I'm as ready as I'll ever be. But because I am going to leave my PC on for the next 40 hours because I cannot reload the world once I start the journey, I'm going to restart my PC right now. Now, as I head down here and get into position, the lag machine will be starting as pigmen go through the portal. It's been a while, so I'm once again going to break this and see how long it takes. That took 1 minute and 5 seconds, so we're getting there, but there's still a little bit to go yet. 1 minute 30 is my goal. And it took 1 minute and 50 seconds. All right, time has definitely slowed down enough for us to set off. We have now made it to the bedrock roof. I need to look directly upwards now and I just need to get going. And there we go. We're flying up now, and look how high it sent me. Okay, so one rocket. Okay, hold on. Let's well, that didn't work. I just went right back down to 1.5 hearts. Take 2. Okay, you can see it's a bit laggy to get going, but I'm just going to use a bunch of firework rockets just to get up to speed a little bit. But this firework rocket, once I'm going, will get me quite high. So we're at 500 blocks in the air now. Now I'm going to use another rocket just so I get to Y2000. We're going to see how high this one rocket gets me. Because I've slowed down time, the boost works for so much longer. So far, it's got me up 1,000 blocks, and it's still no signs of slowing. And it was 1,750-ish, something like that. Which means roughly every minute, I'm going to release a new rocket. And that's how I'm going to get to the world border with very few resources. You'll notice that we're at 7,700 blocks in the air. And my durability has gone down by 1 on my elytra, so I'm not even going to go through my elytra thanks to this machine. Look at that, guys. We have just surpassed 50,000 blocks in the air. And after traveling those 50,000 blocks, we've literally only used 13 durability. I might even only need 1 elytra for this entire journey, or 2 or 3 at most. And I was out of the room whilst it happened, but we have made it to 105,000 blocks. I've just got like 300,000 to go. The elytra durability, look at that, still 400. Absolutely perfect. Let's just keep flying high up into the sky. So I've left it for 4 or 5 hours. We are 470,000 blocks up in the air. My elytra have barely broken going all that distance, which is pretty crazy. I also don't know what day it is, because if you go above the build limit, then it doesn't tell you the day on the F3 menu, which is a bit weird. All I know is that I'm high enough to start gliding into brand new chunks, and it should all work fine. The chunk loader should stay loaded, so I need to look at about an angle of basically of 0 and directly north. And we're gliding. We're going, okay? Because we're so high, we can't load chunks below us because we're miles away. I get my totem back into my offhand. And yeah, this is me now. The beauty of this is that I can go ahead and just leave. Like, I can do other things on my computer now. I don't have to leave the window open, which is good. It's just going to be gliding. I have to keep allowing the elytra durability. And it's just going to be like 30 to 40 hours of me gliding now. About 18 hours have passed since I first started gliding, and we are at 2.87 million blocks. We've got under 1 million to go. By my calculations, we've got 6 hours to go. Then I can make a new portal, and I'll finally be at the world border. We are now more or less at the place that we need to be. We're about 1,000 blocks away, but I'm quite high, so I'm just going to start flying directly downwards. We are going to do the monumental moment and head through the portal. This is it, guys. This is a long time in the making. The world border, the edge of my Minecraft world. I cannot go any further. It blocks you from exploring past this. Look at this, 2999983. I believe if you go a little, you can go a little bit further with pearls, but like, you know what? Yes, there's a chance that I could die trying this, but let's just do it, okay? Put my chest plate on as well for a bit of extra protection. Life outside the world border, guys. So you can go up to 29999, which is. It's kind of that way. I don't want to go too far because you can get stuck. I can come here. I'm kind of safe, which is good. But yeah, we made it to the world border. I should stay on the safe side of the border. We can't pass back through now. Only ender pearls will get you through. Here is the banner that will prove that the penguin was indeed there. In 4th place, we have one of the longest projects in my world, and that was to make the Netherite Beacon. I started the project in my first 1,000 days, and I didn't finish it until 4,500 days. But it has to be said, once it was done, it just looks amazing. 5, 6, and realistically, I don't think I'll be getting a 7th stack, mainly because there is not that much left of this tunnel. It requires 15 blocks in total to finish. I've got 1 ingot in a shulker box. I still don't think I'm going to be quite there. I think I might still be slightly short. These have all now finished. Turn these blocks into ingots, craft them all together. I think I've got enough gold. I have. How many blocks is it going to be? Please be 15. It won't be, will it? How much is it? 11. So when I add this grand total of 11, look at that. We're onto the last layer. I need 4 more. I craft all of the ingots I'm available to and make myself a 1 block and wait, no, I can make 2. I thought I miscounted. Then I place them on top, and as you can see, it is painfully close. But I've got one last trick up my sleeve. All the way down here, I built a custom portal room for 4,000 days. And of course, one of them was a netherite portal. So if I break any of these ones that are touching the portal blocks, the portal will break and I will never be able to make it again. So I've got to be careful, but I can grab that corner and that corner without it affecting anything, and I don't believe it. After over a year, we have built a full netherite beacon. I absolutely don't believe it, and I won't believe it until I have a beacon on top. Let's grab one of them. I can add it. My goodness, it's giving me chills. Come on. Yes, it works. And to make it look even better, I reckon I grab a red stained glass pane and put it on top. Yes, My Netherite Beacon is officially complete. I have one of every beacon in Minecraft Hardcore. A select few have done this. What an achievement. In third place, we have me getting every single armor trim combination. Once again, this was an absolutely massive project that took almost 30,000 diamonds and thousands of netherite. Once again, this is something that only a handful of players have achieved, and seeing them all laid out just looks amazing. This is the new home of the armor trims. Doesn't it look so much better than the last one? Although there is still something just missing here. Yeah, I need to go and get another 160 armor stands. There we go. Now I'll place them all down, and with that done, there is just one final thing to do, which is to mine this up and add the poster to the center. Now, the big moment can definitely begin. I need to get a smithing table, which I have right here. I'll place it down. Next, I need these items. I need 10 of each trim for the leather helmets and 16 of each color. I think I've got the math right for this, but we're about to find out. So, I'm going to start, I think I want silence at the bottom, and then I go diamond, emerald, redstone, and gold. That's all I actually have space for the inventory. So then I can place it down in that order. This is going to get very confusing very fast, isn't it? But I think I've got it. I need 6 more helmets, and if I just have one of the ingots in, then I can go through a lot faster, and I won't get it wrong. I can't mess it up, I'm pretty sure. Can't believe I just used a netherite ingot on leather armor, but anyway, here we are. All the silence helmets are complete, and I'm going to do the exact same thing for host, but this time I've got it worked out, so it's going to be much faster. Fantastic. It's actually working. Now for the rib armor trim, razor, vex, coast. And you know what, at this stage, I think you get the point. So there is all the rest. And every single armor trim is almost done. Although we're missing that one and this one too. The reason for that is I accidentally used a smithing template twice on one piece of armor, so it kind of messed it up. So I need to grab 1 copper ingot. And I also need 7 diamonds, which is a bit of a problem. A problem solved by breaking yet another piece on the diamond beacon. I'm sorry guys, I know you hate it, but I'm going to use it to duplicate the razor trim, which means the final 2 pieces can be made and placed down. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, I have every single armor trim combination in Minecraft. And in second place, we have the EOL Farm. I was extremely proud of this project. It was the first time that I learned light suppression and update suppression, which at the time was very complicated for me. And this farm is so fast that it gets me millions and millions of mob drops. The entire update suppressor has been built. As you can see, this one is quite a bit bigger, and it has all this extra mechanism behind it so that I can actually move the update suppressor across by touching that note block in the distance. I've got my beacon back, but I can't have any light from the beacon coming over here, so that's why it's completely being covered. And now I'm just going to make it so that there's no skylight coming down, so that this farm will work even during the day. By my calculations, it should now have started. I can test it out just by flying away, and as you can see, no new chunks are loading. Look at that. we can't really we can't go there, so we know that the light suppressor is in action. So let's start up the update suppressor and get to work. Well, it has been a massive grind, but I am finally on the final layer. And there we have it. Every single portal is complete. The update suppressor can be turned off for the final time, and I can now move this machine a few times so that it goes out of the way. And I can start the timer for the light suppressor to turn on. This chunk loader up here can be removed. I know the light suppressor is working because chunks will no longer load. So that means that I can safely remove this entire roof. This is definitely a much quicker process than it was to place all of these. And because I've got the light suppressor on, this will make the game think that it is still dark down there when I reload the world. And so mobs will still be able to spawn down there. Let's fly back home, offload these remaining items, and grab magma, hoppers, and a bunch of rails. And now let's sort out the chamber where the mobs are going to fall. We're going to have a layer of magma here, and then hopper minecarts would pick the items up under here. I'm going to create a much better storage system that will cope with the sheer amount of items. It's going to be like 100,000 items per hour, but I haven't really got time for that right now. The only thing I do have time for is to turn off this mob switch and then to test out the end of light farm. And oh my goodness, you can see it happening right below your very eyes. Look at the mobs spawning in and then just and then going through. This looks so cool. And I can't actually see what's going on the other side, but I'm going to show you guys in replay mode. Just looks so mesmerizing from up here though. Yeah, I thought I'd look at the replay file as well, guys, and yeah, the sheer carnage is amazing, but this is not quite how it's meant to go. Yeah, I definitely need to work on my bat switch a little bit, but I haven't seen anyone successfully do that in a single player world. I've only seen people do it with more than one player, so I'll have to get me thinking cap on with this one. Before we see what my personal best moment was in my hardcore series so far, here are a few honorable mentions. For example, in 6,000 days, I managed to reach XP level 1,000. I think I should finally do what I've been wanting to achieve since I started this world, which is to reach level 1,000. There we go, level 900 has been reached. I hope I've got enough TNT left to get to level 1,000. And here it comes, finally, level 1,000. I've never ever done that before. And I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to keep going until this machine runs out of TNT, which by the looks of things, there's not that much left. Okay, so it shouldn't take too long. And the TNT has now finally completely run out. I've got none left anywhere, so the machine can be switched off. However, there is still a lot of XP here to collect, so I'm going to get all of it. And there we go, 1,031 levels, a few levels to spare in case I need them for some reason. It's also the time where I managed to summon in 100 ender dragons and fly back to the main end island with all of them, which really made the ends look crazy. From here, I must mine away at the obsidian so that I can go through the end gateway. And if there was ever a moment of truth moment, it was now. Through the portal I go, and okay, there's dragons up. What the heck? They're everywhere. This is the most insane thing I have ever seen. I'm actually mesmerized by this. It's like a swarm of dragons. What the heck have I done? And you might think this is crazy, but watch what happens when I reload the world. I bring it back in and notice how they all start flying one by one. Well, some of them anyway. I guess bit by bit they're going. They're flying towards spawn. And it's insane to see. I'm actually flying in a swarm of ender dragons. This is the greatest thing ever. Flying with ender dragons. How cool is this? As they all... Oh my goodness. What have I created? Why have I done this? There's 60 million ender dragons. Look at they hit each other. They go flying all over the place. 100 ender dragons. Oh my goodness. And now, coming in at number 1, a moment that I was very proud of that took over a month of research was obtaining Bedrock in hardcore Minecraft. As far as I'm aware, nobody else has done it without using snapshots or April Fool releases because they are not official versions of the game. And the farm is now ready for me to obtain Bedrock. And this is a quick explanation of how the farm works. I throw my ender pearl upwards and it gets transported along, landing on this platform. Meanwhile, this machine produces a load of TNT, and in the same tick as the pearl lands, all this TNT explodes. This creates a lag spike, allowing me to be at the edge of my render distance without loading new chunks. I break this grass, which loads another chunk, then I extinguish the fire, which will instantly break the slime block at the same time with Silk Touch. Still in the same tick, this causes the budded rails to turn off, loading the chunk that spawns the end gateway, and the end gateway then spawns and the game thinks that the broken slime is Bedrock, making Bedrock drop to the ground. So that's the explanation behind it. Let's see if it works. I've just got to wait for the autosave, which has just happened. So, I throw the ender pearl. All that TNT's over there, fantastic. And the ender pearl's landed. Right, so I now need to break the grass. Then, I go like this. And in theory, yes! We got Bedrock! We have got Bedrock. Let me go and save state the chunk so that I can redo this. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, I've got Bedrock in hardcore Minecraft. And from there, I can just fly back onto this platform, run backwards and forwards along the redstone blocks to properly unload the chunks. And then when the next autosave happens, which it just has, I can do it again. It is going to just reset itself and allow me to do it over and over again. I can stand in the fire because of the lag. We get the Bedrock. We press that, we fly back, and all of it took me less than 30 seconds, meaning every 45 seconds, because that's when every autosave happens, I can get another piece of Bedrock. It's just so renewable. It just works over and over again. It's fantastic. It's really easy. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think anyone has ever made a better farm for Bedrock than this. Obviously, people have had different methods and stuff for getting it, but I think this is the best that anyone's done. But I could be wrong because there's a lot of clever Minecraft players out there. All I know is I'm going to get a lot of Bedrock very fast, and I'm just going to keep doing it over and over again. And once I do this, it is going to get me Bedrock piece number 10. And because I'm getting a piece of bedrock every 50 seconds, which is because the autosave is 45 seconds and there's about 5 seconds of lag as well, it means I get 6 pieces every 5 minutes. And in about 54 minutes, I can get a full stack. So I'm just going to keep going because that is exactly what I want. And in just less than 25 minutes, so it's actually a bit faster than expected, I'm about to get piece number 32, which puts me halfway. So I should have a stack in less than 50 minutes. I think it's faster than my calculations because the autosave is happening roughly every 48 to 49 seconds rather than the 50 I said before. So yeah, that makes the farm even faster. And I have so far been using it at perfect efficiency. I want to continue to do that for the entire hour to see just how much it actually does get you in 1 hour of usage because I have absolutely no idea what the result's going to be. 63 pieces, almost there. You also may notice that the durability of my pickaxe isn't really going down. It's gone down 14 points for this entire stack, so it's in no danger of breaking. And that is an entire stack of bedrock obtained in about 51 minutes. So yeah, I'm going to keep going for another 9 minutes and see how many I get in an hour. I do also think this farm could be made faster if it could be done in such a way where you could do 2 of them per autosave. I think with some optimizations to everything and maybe a bit more automation, it is definitely doable. But I'm happy with what I've got. However, if you do manage to get 2 per autosave, then as you might have guessed, the farm will become twice as fast. This is going to be the last piece of bedrock that I have a chance to get, which means after 1 hour, I have got a grand total of 74. Yes, this bedrock farm gets you 74 bedrock per hour. That is definitely not too shabby at all. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed that, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know what your favorite moment is in my hardcore world.